Hi, I am Armand Chidunker, and I'm an elementary student in Ohio. I enjoy playing video games, completing puzzles, reading, and building with Legos. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing one of my teachers, Angela Gould, which we have selected for the Ohio Department of Public Safety's Dream Role Model series. Angela Magilton Gould was born in St. Clairsville, Ohio. After graduating high school there, Ms. Gould went on to obtain her bachelor's degree in early childhood education from Ohio University. She later earned her master's degree in teaching and learning and her media specialist certificate for grades kindergarten through 12th grade. Ms. Gould has spent more than 18 years as an elementary educator in Central Ohio. In addition to her classroom or media specialist duties, Ms. Gould has also served for many years as the coordinator for her elementary's after-school reading club, media specialist content lead, technology integration lead, and Operation Kids for Troops lead. Twice during her 18 years of teaching youth, Ms. Gould has also received the prestigious Community Champion Award for going above and beyond as a teacher and leader, both in her classroom and out in the community. Ms. Gould is also a mother and has 2 young children with her husband, Tommy. As you can see, Ms. Gould is quite an accomplished educator and community leader. But what makes her extra special is the magic she brings to students' lives she works with daily. Ms. Gould spent 4 summers during college working at Walt Disney World. There, she reaffirmed her belief of the importance of having goals and dreams. Ms. Gould has done her best to instill in her students, "If you can dream it, you can do it," one of Walt Disney's most well-known quotes. Ms. Gould strives daily to inspire children to work hard to accomplish their goals, persevere when faced with setbacks, make positive choices, and dream big throughout their lives. Ms. Gould, thank you for sitting down with us today and being part of this series as one of our dream role models.
Thank you so much, Armand. I feel so grateful and blessed and honored to be here today, as I know many educators could be sitting in this seat right now. And I thank you for having me as this opportunity here today to be a part of the Dream Role Model series.
My first question for you is, what made you decide to become a teacher?
Well, from childhood, I came from a large family. My grandmother was the oldest of 18 children. My mom is the oldest of 12 children. I was always around kids. So I enjoy children so much that I knew that I wanted to work with them. And here I am. It was my destiny to become an educator, and every single day to come to work, I love my job.
Teachers are often considered to be trusted adults and excellent role models in their students' lives. Can you describe to the kids watching what a role model is?
Sure. A role model is someone that others can look up to. A role model is someone who sets an example that shows integrity, that shows perseverance, that shows hard work. And with those things, a role model can lead others. A role model to me is really someone who can come into a room and not only be a follower, but can also be a leader. And therefore, leaders are what molds our role models. So I really feel that a role model is someone who can stand up and show others what it is to not only take a leadership role, but also be a team player role.
When you were in school, did you have a teacher that you looked up to? If so, what qualities and characteristics did they possess that allowed them to be a good role model?
So teachers throughout my lifetime have also led me to become a teacher. When I was in 3rd grade, I think that's when I really had a feeling that I wanted to be a teacher. And therefore, her name was Bonnie Ray. And she was someone who I could look up to because she came into the room with the qualities of caring for others. She showed compassion. She showed empathy. She really showed that she cared about us as individuals. And building that relationship with students was something that she strived for. And that's what I strive for, is building a relationship with my students so that I can get to know them. And therefore, if you can create that environment where you show empathy and you have compassion and you show caring for others, then the learning can take place. And that's what Bonnie Ray did for me in 3rd grade. She showed me how to truly become a teacher that cares first, and then learning will take place naturally.
Do you remember the biggest advice that they have given or the biggest takeaway that you have received from them?
So throughout my elementary, middle school, and high school years, I can remember things from each teacher. But I think the thing that stands out the most is my junior year, my teacher, Mrs. Underdonk, would take out a book before we even started class, and it was called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And she would read maybe 5 lines of it or 5 sentences, and it was so impactful. And it was, not to sweat the little things in life that could cause you to feel stressed. For example, maybe you forgot your textbook at home, or you forgot your reading assignment, or you forgot to, brush your teeth in the morning. It was just, don't sweat those small things in life, and to take each day, take each moment at a time, and you just know that you can work to accomplish them. But breathe and know that the little things in life just don't matter if they're small, and that you can overcome them, and don't let them overtake your day.
Sometimes students might not have a positive role model in their lives. What advice would you give to those students about finding a mentor who might help guide them to form goals and make positive decisions in their lives?
Positive role models can be within the community, it could be within your school, it could be within your place of worship, it could be in your own family or friends. And as you see those people walk into your lives, those can be your mentors. I'll never forget, I had a student last year. She asked if I could be someone that she could continue to meet with this year. I had her in 3rd grade last year, and now she's in 4th grade. And we make time at the end of the day during my planning period where she can come down a couple times a month, and we can just sit and talk. We can talk about her future, her dreams, her goals, her day yesterday. It could be whatever she feels that she wants to talk about. So sometimes that positive role model is there, and you just might have to ask, is there a time that you and I can talk? We can meet. But they're there. You just have to kind of seek them out sometimes. And when you feel comfortable, you can find that communication way of talking with them to ask that question.
Obviously, being a teacher is a lot of hard work. You spend a lot of your own time and money trying to provide your students with the best education and support system possible. What do you do to deal with the stress and worry that comes from teaching?
There is definitely stress in everyone's life. And of course, I have stress in my own life. And so I find ways to stop and take those breaks. Whether it's finding a good book that I want to read, whether it's listening to music, whether it's, of course, just sitting down with my kids and embracing them, whether it's quality time doing a puzzle or a craft project with them, or sometimes my kids and I just like to get silly and dance in the kitchen and, put on the music, or maybe it's a walk outside, maybe do that fresh air. But you have to take those mental breaks, and you have to know what works for you, what calms you down. And those are some of the things that calm me down as an individual. But for every person, it's different. So you have to say, what is it? Is it singing at the top of my lungs just to get it all out? Or is it dancing around? Or is it just being in a calm space? And that's when I take my mental breaks. And that's what helps get me through my stress in life.
What do you recommend your students to do when they seem to be overly stressed?
I have the same advice for my students. It is times where when you have a classroom of students and you have 27 kids, everybody has something different that works for them. So sometimes I do brain breaks where we are doing maybe a Go Noodle, or we sit down and we all take time to take out a piece of paper, draw, maybe it's write down our stress or worries, and then it's crumbling it up and throwing it away. Maybe it is everybody just go find your, a spot in the room where I'm gonna put on some relaxing music and we're just gonna calm our bodies down. Maybe it's a walk around the building. Maybe it's getting outside, but there's always a class meeting within our day and our curriculum where we're able to share about each other so that we know what each other's times where we're feeling stressed, or we can kind of say, I think that student might be stressed. Maybe they need some space. But that way we can all understand each other. Because like I said, as a teacher, building that rapport with students and relationship is the #1 priority. And then the learning takes place. So as I get to know my students, I know when they need a break. Or maybe it's an individual break. Maybe it's a break for just one student, not the whole class. But I make sure we take those mental breaks every single day.
Unfortunately, bullying is something that takes place in schools, on sports teams, and out in the community. What advice would you give to your students who might be getting bullied?
You know, students who are getting bullied, it is very important that they speak up and they go to a trusted adult, whether it is a teacher in their classroom, whether it's the media specialist, whether it is the guidance counselor or the principal, but it has to be someone that they feel trusted. We do often talk about students being an upstander, standing up for themselves, using their words to say, I need you to stop. I am uncomfortable with how you're treating me and I need it to stop. And if those students are not listening, or those bullies are not listening to those students' words, no, there's always someone that you can go to. I know that our website at our school district has a place where people can go on and report bullying. They can do it anonymously, or they can do it by putting in their name if they would like to be contacted or reached. But no, there's always someone that you can either go to, or you can be the upstander and you can stand up to them if you feel comfortable to really stand up for yourself, because that's really, really important in life, that you respect others and others respect you.
How do you deal with a student who you know is the one doing the bullying behavior?
Great question. So I think, first of all, letting the bully know that you care about them. You care why they're angry. You care why they're stressed. You want to help them problem solve, because I think that's sometimes part of the problem, is that maybe they don't feel supported, or maybe they do feel supported and they're choosing not to make good choices. So I think in collaboration with the guidance counselor as a teacher, you can come together and show, 1, we support you, 2, we care about you, and 3, we want to help you problem solve through whatever's going on. You know, whether it's, what is the conflict and what is the resolution and how can we fix it? Because there's something bothering that student and they're putting it out, they're putting their problems out on others. And we want them to know that we care, because we can change it. Everything can be changed in life. And that's the thing I want kids to know, is that, what you do today can be changed for tomorrow, whether it's for the better or not. But you make your choices every day, every moment, every hour. And you can make those changes to not be a bully. So getting help is extremely important, so that we can not help the bully, but also help others too that are affected by the bully.
How would you explain what an upstander is versus a bystander in bullying situations? Also, why is being an upstander so important?
Being an upstander is someone that stands up face to face, using their words, to a bully. And sometimes kids are not comfortable doing that, and sometimes they are. So sometimes they become the bystander. They become the person just watching it happen and not doing anything about it. And sometimes that's being a part of the problem. When you watch it and you do nothing, then you're the bystander. The minute you stand up to a bully and you use your words to stop, I don't like what you're doing, this is how it affects me, and I need you to stop, is the minute you become an upstander. But maybe you're an upstander by going to get an adult that can help you. Maybe you can say, this is what I saw, this just happened, I need help. I'm afraid to stand up to them, so I need you to help me do it. And that's where we're really going to the bully as the trusted adult or the teacher, and we are saying, what's going on over here? We're then being the upstander as well. So I think that it's really important that you do seek help and you do it immediately. You don't let the time pass on. You go and you get help immediately if you feel that your safety or anyone else is at risk.
In our introduction, we described how you like to inspire children to work hard, to accomplish their goals, persevere when faced with setbacks, make positive choices, and dream big throughout their lives. Please tell us more about how you use this ongoing theme of dreaming big in your classroom.
So I definitely try to instill all of those things within my curriculum, within my, I guess I would say, my personality. I want it to come definitely from my heart. I want to inspire children. This is why I became a teacher. I want them to dream big. I want them to remember that dreaming is small moments too. It might be that you wake up and you dream something small and you want to accomplish something small, because those small moments lead to the big moments in life. And so I think a positive learning environment, one, helps equip students. When they come in and they feel that the room is warm and it has those positive quotes on the wall and it has that word dream that is, you can see it here all around me within my, media center here, that I want students to remember that. Like if they look up and they see Walt's quote, if you can dream it, you can do it, that they're going to remember that. Words that inspire them to think, you know what, that makes me think that I really need to embrace maybe my dreams. And so a lot of the times, we write down in our notebooks, what are some things you want to maybe accomplish today? Or what are some small moments? Or what are your dreams? And I think it's important that students remember that dreams can be small, but they can also be big. And that if you have the work ethic of working hard and persevering through hard tasks, because you will not succeed every day. There will be days where you fail, but it's how you learn from those failures to make those successes is what's important. So I want to continue to be that supporter, to be that cheerleader, that you can do it. You just have to dream it. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do today as an 8-year-old? Or what do you want to do when you become older? What are your dreams? I want kids to think about that, as I did as a little kid. Like I said, when I was a little girl, I remember dreaming about being a teacher, setting up my stuffed animals, bringing home the recycled papers out of the teacher's recycle bin and doing them with my stuffed animals, because I was dreaming of becoming a teacher, and here I am today. And if you can dream it, I know you can do it.
You do something special at the end of the year with your students called a Dream Big ceremony. Can you describe this event more?
Yes, so at the end of the school year, on the very last day of school, I have been with my students for all school year. And as I get to know each student, something always really sticks out in my mind about them. So what I do is I really take a sentence strip and I write dream big, and I put big in there, capital letters, B-I-G, and I put my Mickey ears on it, and I take it and I put it around the student's head like a graduation cap, and I call them up one by one, and I talk about my favorite memory with that student, and then I try to pick what might their dream be that they're going to be when they get older, based on what they have been telling me all school year. They might be writing about it, they might have been sharing about it at morning meeting, or I could just maybe sometimes predict it or see it within that student with how they embrace every day within the classroom. So I also give them a little journal where they can write down about their summers or about their dreams or about their goals. And I remind them that, writing it down is always a great thing, because you can date it and you can go back to it and you say, oh, that was a dream that I had. I maybe need to go back to that. I need to maybe think about that again as my 4th grade self. And so, or my 3rd grade self, as you are now, Armand, in 4th grade, writing down your dreams are great, because one day you can come back and you can look at them and say, oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that maybe that's something I wanted to do or achieve in life. And so as they come up again, I give them that journal, I talk about them, I predict about what their dream might be when they get older or what they might become. And I give them that embrace, and I wish them all the luck in their future, remind them that I will always be there. I'm an email away, or I'll be at our elementary school, and they can always come back and visit me. They can always come back and maybe have a dream of becoming a teacher. Maybe they'll come back and shadow me one day, or work alongside me. You never know.
Wow, that sounds like a great experience to be a part of, and I'm sure your students will remember to dream big for the rest of their lives. Thank you so much for your time today and letting us interview you.
Thank you, Armand. You did a fantastic job, and I love working with you. Every time you walk in that door to find a book in the library or work on our tech skills and make your dreams, think about your dreams and making them come true too.